Who's the leader of the club that's made for you and me? M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E.
Good morning. Welcome to the Howdy Booby podcast. Today is May the 8th. It is a Wednesday. Hope people who are witnessing tornadoes and severe weather, is supposed to be about 140 million of them across the country, weather the storm and hope families remain safe. Personal things, material things can always be replaced. Families cannot. Unlike the Wizard of Oz, whose entire house was sucked up into the tornado and placed at the land of Oz on top of the Wicked Witch of the East, real tornadoes cause a lot of damage and it's nothing to be sneezed at. So my prayers go with you. I hope you remain safe. Today, the Boy Scouts announced that they are dropping the name Boy Scouts in front of it and just having Scouting America. I would assume it's for financial reasons. They're not getting enough Boy Scouts males to join, so they're open to anybody. I don't know what's that going to do to cookie sales for the Girl Scouts, but like I said before, everything begins at the kitchen table. And if things at the kitchen table are going right, people like Boy Scouts would prosper a little bit more, and it's going to be a rough go for them to try to convince young men to get into scouting, because there's so many alternatives, so many people pulling against them in different ways. But the kitchen table could help solve that. I wish them well. All I know is, if it happens where the Mickey Mouse Club goes defunct, then I know the world, the Western civilization as we know it, has officially come to an end. Roy, Jimmy, Annette, Bobby, the Mickey Mouse Club was a staple growing up as a kid, as a baby boomer. I see where the Department of Defense is withholding bombs from Israel because they're afraid that they would be used in their quest to end the war by the Israelis to bomb areas of the Gaza, areas of the Middle East that might injure civilians. And I sat there and I thought to myself, this is absolutely insane. I would ask this person, I would ask the spokesman, if I was a reporter, I would say, excuse me, I want to ask you a question. What do you think of Harry Truman? You remember Harry Truman? He dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima and killed maybe 100,000 people. Then he dropped another bomb on Nagasaki and killed another 100,000 people. Was he wrong? It ended the war. Was he wrong? Would you have advised him not to do that if you were sitting there? And I would like to see what this gentleman would say. It's amazing that common sense has left everybody, especially in this administration. I just don't understand. They say they're for Israel, and yet they're taking the bullets out of their guns. You see the college demonstrations all over the country, scaring the Biden administration, mainly because they don't know what they stand for. If they stood forcefully for Israel, half of this would never have happened. But they're not. They're waffling. You have outside agitators paid by Soros, Bill Gates, the Rockefellers, Goldman Sachs, against the United States, and they don't want to lose that vote, so they don't care. That's the moral background that this administration has. And I go back to the days when there were college demonstrations in the 60s. It was maybe against the Vietnam War, but one of the things that were big back then were panty raids. Isn't that amazing? Panty raids. I wonder what would happen now if, let's say, my alma mater, Notre Dame, all the guys went across the street to the St. Mary's College and had a panty raid. That's what they did back in the 60s. It wasn't very smart, and I believe that the news corporations covered it, and as the students were walking across US 31 back to the South Bend, the Notre Dame campus, I believe any student that was identified on television was in a lot of trouble. I don't know if they were kicked out or not, but it wasn't pretty. Difference, panty raids and death to America. What has this country come to? Watch the Howdy Boomy podcast on the Howdy Boomy channel on YouTube, the Howdy Boomy Show. Truth, justice, the American way. Make sure you vote. We're going to make this country great again, again. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.